What I want is the cleanest water, the cleanest air, and that's what we're going to have, and that's what we have right now.
Well, that's not true. The US doesn't have the cleanest air. In fact, it's far from it. A Reuters investigation found that America's air might be dirtier than you think, partly due to the broad failure of the country's air monitoring system. Let's take a closer look. In 2019, an oil refinery exploded in Philadelphia. It released 700,000 pounds of hazardous chemicals and about 3,200 pounds of hydrofluoric acid, which can cause fatal lung injury. According to residents, several dozen people sought hospital treatment. But, oddly enough, Philadelphia's air quality monitors registered one of the year's cleanest days on the day of the explosion. Reuters' Tim McLaughlin.
Inexplicably, oil refinery officials and the Philadelphia Department of Health said that the explosions had no effect on the quality of air in the city. Nothing to worry about. But what we found is that the government's air monitoring device closest to the refinery was not even operating on the day of the explosion.
And this was not an isolated incident. Across the country, there are nearly 4,000 air pollution devices, all run by the US Air Pollution Monitoring Network, overseen by the Environmental Protection Agency, or the EPA. But a Reuters investigation found that the network routinely missed major toxic releases and day-to-day pollution dangers. It identified no risks from 10 of the biggest refinery explosions over the past decade. So how is this possible?
The U.S. Air Pollution Monitoring Network is somewhat old, underfunded, and too sparse to give a proper reading of the quality of air being breathed by Americans every day. According to the EPA, many of the monitors designed to capture small particle pollution have accuracy problems. In addition, more than 120 million Americans live in counties without monitors to track this type of pollution.
Academics and regulators say the network's problems are many and varied. Monitors are sparsely and poorly placed, the program is underfunded, and the network is not equipped to meet current pollution threats. But independent scientists agree on one point: the system's failures pose a serious public health risk. A 2013 Obama administration study detailed a number of problems within the network, but the weaknesses largely remain today, because neither the Obama nor the Trump administration put up the money to invest heavily into it.
Community groups are setting up their own networks. That's because they don't believe the air in their neighborhoods is as clean as what government monitors say. What we'll see in the next decade is a significant increase in monitoring done by community groups, especially in poor neighborhoods. This will likely put pressure on the EPA to bolster its own network.